Everyone knows that Albert Einstein was a genius, so extraordinary that his mind seemed to work harder than that of thousands of scientists combined. He thought about ideas that most people never even imagined, let alone understood. Einstein explored those ideas deeply and then explained them in a way that changed the entire world. Albert Einstein was a physicist who introduced the theory of special relativity, gave us the famous equation E equals mc squared, and explained the photoelectric effect. His work shocked the scientific community and transformed modern physics. Because of his contribution to humanity, he was awarded the Nobel Prize. Seeing his exceptional intelligence and unmatched way of thinking, many people believe that Einstein must have had an extraordinary brain, something very different from that of an ordinary human being. Einstein himself was aware of this curiosity. That is why he clearly stated that he did not want his body to be studied after his death. He instructed that his body should be cremated so that no one could research it. But what Einstein feared is exactly what happened. On April the 13th, 1955, Albert Einstein passed away at Princeton Hospital. During the autopsy, the doctor responsible made a shocking decision. Driven by curiosity and obsession, he secretly removed Einstein's brain without permission. He wanted to discover what made Einstein's mind so exceptional. The doctor who took Einstein's brain was Dr. Thomas Harvey, a pathologist who was more interested in studying the brain than worrying about the consequences of his actions. When Princeton Hospital authorities discovered what had happened, Dr. Harvey was immediately fired. However, he later managed to convince Einstein's son, Hans Albert Einstein, to grant permission for scientific research on his father's brain, on the condition that the findings would benefit humanity and be published in reputable scientific journals. From that moment, the strange and controversial journey of Einstein's brain began. Dr. Harvey was trained only in performing autopsies. He was not a neuroscientist. Still, he believed he could uncover the secrets of Einstein's genius. By this time, he had lost his job and professional standing. He took Einstein's brain to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where he photographed it extensively and cut it into around 240 small pieces. Each piece was preserved separately in jars filled with formalin. He kept them hidden in his basement. This strange obsession caused serious problems in his personal life. His wife frequently argued with him and even threatened to throw the brain away. These conflicts eventually led to their divorce. After that, Dr. Harvey moved to Wichita, Kansas, taking Einstein's brain with him. There, he worked as a medical supervisor and continued studying the brain in his free time. Over the years, Dr. Harvey kept changing jobs and moving from city to city, always carrying the brain with him. Despite decades of effort, he failed to produce any meaningful research. Eventually, his medical license was revoked. His situation became so desperate that he ended up working in a plastics factory. At one point, he finally made a wise decision. He began sending different sections of Einstein's brain to some of the world's leading neurologists and researchers so that proper scientific studies could be conducted. 30 years after the brain was first taken, the first major study was published in 1985. Over the next 28 years, multiple scientific papers were released, each revealing fascinating details about Einstein's brain. Researchers discovered that Einstein's brain was indeed different from that of an average human. One of the most significant differences was found in the corpus callosum. To understand this, it's important to know that the human brain is divided into two hemispheres. The left hemisphere controls the right side of the body and is responsible for language, logic, mathematics, and writing in most people. The right hemisphere controls the left side of the body and is associated with creativity, spatial awareness, art, and music. The corpus callosum is the thick bundle of nerve fibers that connects these two hemispheres. It allows them to communicate with each other. For example, when both hands are typing and one hand makes a mistake, the other hand quickly corrects it. This coordination is possible because information travels through the corpus callosum. In Einstein's brain, this structure was unusually large, indicating an exceptionally strong connection between the two hemispheres. This may have allowed him to combine imagination with logic, enabling him to visualize complex problems in ways others could not. Researchers also found that the overall structure and folding pattern of Einstein's brain were unique. These patterns suggested a more efficient flow of neurons. Efficient neural connectivity means faster and more powerful information processing. Einstein was known for solving extremely complex mathematical problems entirely in his head, without needing pen and paper. Another surprising discovery was related to brain weight. Einstein's brain weighed about 1,230 grams, while the average adult human brain weighs around 1,400 grams. Scientists believe that Einstein's cerebral cortex, the outer layer of the brain, was thinner than average. This thinner structure may have allowed a higher density of neurons, contributing to his exceptional cognitive abilities. This led scientists to an important question. Was Einstein born with such a special brain, or did it develop over time? Research into his childhood revealed fascinating clues. Einstein began speaking much later than most children, around the age of 5. Even after he started speaking, he preferred silence and spent much of his time lost in thought. He had a poor memory for rote learning and struggled with memorization, including simple multiplication tables. Instead, he preferred understanding concepts logically rather than memorizing facts. During his school years, Einstein did not perform well in many subjects, but he consistently excelled in mathematics and science. At the age of 12, a family tutor accidentally left a geometry book at his home. Einstein read the entire book in a single day and mastered its concepts. By the age of 14, he had already taught himself integral and differential calculus. His understanding of mathematics and physics was so advanced that even his teachers found his questions difficult to answer. From a very young age, Einstein was obsessed with one goal: to explain the laws of the universe through simple equations. This obsession became his life's mission. At the age of 26, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking scientific papers that completely changed physics. These papers shocked the world and established him as one of the greatest minds in history. Later, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for his extraordinary contribution to science and humanity. Many scientists now believe that Einstein's brain became extraordinary through constant mental effort and deep thinking rather than being entirely special at birth. His habit of relentlessly questioning, imagining, and problem-solving from an early age likely reshaped and strengthened his brain over time. Today, parts of Albert Einstein's brain are preserved in microscopic slides at the Mutter Museum in the United States, carefully protected for scientific study. His legacy reminds us that genius is not just about talent, but about curiosity, persistence, and the courage to think differently.